Shashi Tharoor backing the Modi government again. Tharoor puts Congress in a bit of a spot there. Tharoor in awe of Modi's vaccine maitri. Congress MP says vaccine diplomacy is, in fact, is global leadership. India helped COVID hit poor countries. Earlier, Tharoor had lauded Modi's Ukraine policy. BJP is criticizing Rahul Gandhi. I'm going to be going straight across to Piyush for more on that. Piyush, the BJP, of course, having just so much more ammunition with this latest comment from Shashi Tharoor praising the government's policy vis-a-vis giving vaccines to other countries, saying that now Rahul Gandhi needs a new set of Modi haters, isn't it?
Well, absolutely, Sneha. We are now seeing as to how Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has come out in open praise of Modi government, where he has said that, in fact, he has praised Modi government's initiative during the pandemic time and the kind of efforts those were put in by the government while, sending on vaccines to various other countries at that time. In the last 1 month, we have seen for at least 3 times Tharoor has praised PM Narendra Modi's government initiative, be it about Modi's visit to US or about dealing with the pandemic. And also the last couple of days back, he had also come out in open support of various other policies of the Modi government. And remember that the BJP has been saying that now Rahul Gandhi needs a bunch of other Modi haters because the Congress MPs are now turning out the Modi government's fans. We'll have to wait and watch how the Congress's top leadership is now going to react on this big development which is now coming in. A couple of days back, Shashi Tharoor was also speaking to during a program where he had said that it was like egg on his face when he had criticized Modi government's policy on Russia-Ukraine war. But now when the policy of Modi government is turning out to be positive, he want to take back his words. So he, in a way, he had praised the stance which has been taken by Modi government on this Russia-Ukraine war thing. And after these statements, now we can certainly expect top leadership to take note of this statement. But yes, BJP is certainly applauding what Tharoor is saying.
I also want to ask you, what's the inside track of this? Because many in the Congress are upset, and of course speculation that Tharoor could be joining the BJP. What's going on?
Well, yes, sources within the BJP have told us that Tharoor was certainly in touch with top brass of BJP. In fact, he had held 1 to 2 rounds of meeting also with a few BJP leaders. This is what the sources are telling us. But Tharoor keeps on denying that he did not want to join BJP. Today, multiple times, whenever questions have been asked to him, he has said that no, I am a man who would appreciate any positive note, any positive policy of any government. And if I keep on criticizing, then my words will have no value. That's what Tharoor has said. But point here is that in the last 1 month, Shashi Tharoor has praised PM Modi government's initiatives for at least 3 times, which is certainly going to work the top leadership of Congress party.
Right, Piyush, getting in those details at this point in time as far as the controversy over Tharoor's comments are concerned, we have a reaction coming in. Let's take a listen.
What Shashi Tharoor ji is saying is basically an acknowledgement of the good work done by the government. And that's how it should be. If India does well, it's a matter of pride for every Indian. There can't be partisan politics on it. So when he's spoken on the vaccine diplomacy, it's a statement of fact. And this is what would have been expected from the entire Congress party, not just one member from within the party.
All right, so Tharoor's, in fact, comments once again talking about the vaccine diplomacy, saying that this was a win-win situation for India. Vaccine diplomacy is global leadership, is what Tharoor has said. The Congress, at least a section, has in fact been talking about the fact that this is a comment that should have not been made, given the criticism of the party towards the Modi government's policies vis-a-vis the lockdown, vis-a-vis the handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, is what is now being said. Of comments have been made. I'll just go across to Piyush also for more on that in a moment from. Okay, we will connect with our reporter in a moment, but this has got to do with the government's policies vis-a-vis vaccine diplomacy is what Shashi Tharoor has spoken about this time. Now, let's tell you a little more about when Tharoor had praised Modi in the past. Well, in March, he spoke about Prime Minister Modi's Russia-Ukraine diplomacy. He said it is praiseworthy, quote-unquote. In the month of February earlier this year, Shashi Tharoor had said Prime Minister Modi negotiated trade and tariff successfully during his US visit. Then, in the month of July the year before last actually, the Prime Minister's Modi Islamic outreach is appreciable is what Tharoor had said. Policy has evolved is what he has also spoken about. In March 2022, Prime Minister Modi is a man of tremendous vigor and dynamism is what Tharoor had said. Then in the month of August 2019, he had said the Prime Minister should be praised wherever he says or does anything right, when the right thing is done. In the month of July 2015, he had said the Prime Minister leaves a positive impression wherever he goes. Then, in the month of June 2014, he said the Prime Minister is an ambitious man and will take India to new heights. Earlier, the Congress MP had praised the Prime Minister for his diplomacy. Listen to what he had said.
PM has taken a consistent position that the solution to this conflict has to come through diplomacy. In fact, you may remember his famous statement in Samarkand in front of President Putin where he said this is not an era of war and that solutions have to be found peacefully. We do seem to be at the beginning of a peace process of some sort. First of all, the parties have to be involved. The Ukrainians will have to have a seat at the table. The European Union and the European countries in the neighborhood, which have been very actively involved in the conflict, they will demand and legitimately expect a seat at the table.
The realization is dawning slowly but positively. Because essentially, this is whatever Modi ji has done during this period, during the COVID period, and the vaccines being sent to different countries. These are steps, humanitarian steps, which ultimately is the truth that we in India are a humanitarian-based country. Our governance, our concepts, our ideology is based on a global situation where there is a problem, we are there. So that is the realization that is catching up in the and it's a good sign because it has been a tradition that on external affairs, on foreign affairs, there's always been a consensus. It is only recently that the current dispensation of the Congress decides to fight on every issue on foreign policy and has this tendency of sending out its leaders to demean our democracy, to demean our foreign policy. And that is also the ideology followed by the India Alliance. Now, you see Mamata ji going to England and then talking about that the economic situation that we believe is going to happen as she does not believe in it. So this kind of a situation, when people in the opposition start realizing it, that's good for the country.